ready for our guest speaker this morning. Would you please give a warm welcome this morning to Justin Hyde?
Thank you, sir. Hi, my name is Justin Hyde. I am the co-founder of Springfield Overwatch Security. Yep. Okay, there you go. Can everybody hear me okay? Yeah. He told me not to yell into it. So, Springfield Overwatch Security, a brief background on myself. I am a former military police officer, security specialist in nuclear security. I am the former director of a cannabis security transportation company. So, Springfield Overwatch, we're a professional AI integration company transforming reactive systems into proactive ones. That's anywhere from warehouses, schools, retail, solar trailers, hospitals, cities. If you got a camera there, we can improve it. So, as a technology-led security integrator, we are built around autonomous drones, smart NVRs, and operational automations. So, we're about lowering costs and creating more effective operations. Most security systems only react after something happens. Coming from the security field, I can tell you, I've watched a lot of hours of footage. With AI, we have the ability to have a bot running 24/7 and highlighting the key aspects to your business. So I'll get a little more into that. So yesterday's security is more about guards patrolling blind spots on a fixed schedule, cameras recording, alarms fire only after a breach, and footage archives sit unsearchable. AI-driven security is about autonomous drones patrolling intelligently 24/7, or a smart NVR running 24/7 for you, so you've always got an eye there and you get a notification only when something important happens. Threats are flagged in under 5 seconds. Typically that's milliseconds, but we'll get to a section here that pertains to firearms detection in regards to particularly schools. So that gets ran through 3 separate bots, taking just under 5 seconds, because you want to be sure you're getting an accurate notification and law enforcement's being accurately notified rather than somebody thinking it's a drill or et cetera. That is to highlight the point here. So we work with Quorum AI, which builds these servers, and we are their official integrator. So in this circumstance, we've got 3 non-firearms detected. We got a girl sweeping, a guy with a sprayer, a gentleman with a drill, a gentleman with an actual firearm, and then a firearm not detected with another drill. So that's going to be 99.9% accurate because it is ran through 3 different bot verification systems. Then Quorum's going to have the ability to alert local security and an emergency response team, which gives your team the better ability to focus on a reaction rather than a guard having to do all those notifications in a much more timely aspect. So we focus on residential, commercial, and rural coverage. So, you know, you can have identifications from humans, firearms, livestock. You know, if you want to know how many cattle are in the North 40, a drone can dispatch and tell you that. So one of our specialties is we're not a rip and replace vendor. If you have a current security system with Cat5, Cat6 wiring, which most systems do, we're only replacing one component to that system, and that is your NVR server. So we have the ability to, any camera that's in this building or your business, we replace one component, and now you have a fully autonomous AI system that you can put any information, just like how you use any chat LLM. You can ask it any question, and it's going to give you, say, hey, I want to know how many people are sitting in this room right now. How many people entered my building? You're not going to get a cross point of how many people came in and out of the building. It's going to create a profile for every single person due to their uniqueness to give you an exact count of how many people came into your building, how many visitors you had, how many people badged in. So we take existing IP or RTSP cameras and VMS, access control and readers, and alarm systems. We integrate with our partners and create one unified security posture to be able to make all of your systems communicate. Quorum AI turns any IP or RTSP streaming camera into an intelligent sensor. So, like I said earlier, ask your footage anything. Show me all red trucks that entered the main gate after 6 p.m. yesterday. It's going to give you a chronological timeline of that description, hours of search and guard review nailed down to just a single question. I want to know how many weapons were detected last week in this area. And if you have law enforcement patrolling your campus, it's not going to detect a holstered, badge-wearing, uniformed officer. I want to know every visitor who didn't badge in. It'll also give you real-time alerts if somebody piggybacks off of a secure door area, walks in behind somebody, it will pick up that and then give your security team or any of your administrators a real-time notification. So we are partnered with Unchained AI Solutions, and for our operations, we use AI-assisted incident reporting, voice-to-text proposals, AI content from security log data, and customer detection models for sales. For your startup, we can extend to you SEO plus paid ads run by AI agents, social content creation pipelines, lead generation workflows, and custom AI automations for your operations. So we have the mobile layer. Of course, everybody wants to know about drones. We have several partners in the drone field, whether it's residential or commercial. License plate recognition, facial recognition, and real-time threat alerts. Quorum AI. Like I said, I keep pressing it. Most people, when they think about a budget for upgrading their security, they don't imagine they're just going to have to replace one part. If your cameras are outdated, we can put new cameras in at a very marginal rate compared to your standard surveillance systems, and you're going to have that many more capabilities, such as natural language video search, gun PPE detection, access control, and visitor management. And then through the operations layer, Unchained AI agents team, reporting, content, lead generation, custom workflow automations. So a phase path from quick wins to company-wide AI standardization is 0 to 3 months. We got fast wins with AI-assisted incident reporting, AI content from incident data, and voice-to-text proposals. 3 to 9 months. Your smart NVR plus Quorum rollout, it's a learning system. It's going to learn the habits and behaviors of the individuals in your businesses. It's going to be able to flag threats and give you the opportunity to say, I don't want person A coming back, they've been trespassed. So as soon as they reach the field of view of a camera, you're going to get an immediate alert that that person is approaching your premises. Workflow automations, and then team training cadence. I've used several LLMs in different chats to create standard operating procedures in a state compliance field, and we had 0 blemishes on our record and the entire time we were operating under DHSS. So 9 to 12 month scale, all scenario-based trainings, predictive scheduling, and cross-site dashboards. 12 to 18 month standardization is custom detection models. So like I said, it's built around your system and your workflow, AI consulting for sales, and then company-wide standardization. I won't go through that. Basically, what that's saying is you're going to have better security cost. But this is between Springfield Overwatch security and Quorum AI. You're going to have less onboarding delays by using these chatbot models. Staff turnover was significantly reduced, but the most important, especially for Overwatch, is your security response. And we all know we want to have a proactive security system and not a reactive one. So many times in the security field have we seen an incident, and now we're formulating how to react to it, and now we have to create standard operating procedures to be able to try to prevent it in the future. Having a autonomous system that is built around your flag detectors to be able to prevent a scenario is going to give you valuable minutes to your response team. So we're built for warehouse and logistics. Like I said, it can do PPE detection. It'll detect slip and falls. If somebody is in a warehouse not wearing a hard hat, you want to know about it. So stop watching footage and start preventing incidents. That would be my presentation.
And great presentation. It is. A lot going on right there. Q&A part. Anybody first timers? I know we ask. Okay, so everybody's pretty familiar. This is the Q&A part. We do ask that, great group today, and we do ask that you just limit it to one question at a time. This way, because AI is really becoming very, very popular. There's going to be a lot of questions in the room, so please just one at a time, and that way Justin can answer all the questions and everybody gets a shot to answer one or to ask one. I'm going to go ahead and ask the first one. As if you've been around One Main Cup for any kind of time, you know I'm not the AI guy. But what I do want to know is, as you went through all this and you said all the things that you do, the business makeup of what your company is, how many people are involved and how did it get started?
So I do have a business partner, John Lopez, that we're both from a military background. I was the operating officer for his cannabis security company and transportation. And how we got started was essentially by all of the different manufacturers and dispensaries that we visited or dispensaries that he owned, operated. We saw that there were several security deficiencies, especially with our guards constantly, I'm going to try not to tap that anymore, especially with our guards having to review footage, and we were really in a reactive response to situations. So we thought to ourselves, how could we do this better? AI is a burgeoning industry, and how can we get ahead of the curve? So that's really what formulated this, and it really has been a partnership with a lot of individuals between that industry and then partnerships that I've built in the security world, so that we can really tailor an experience for each of our clients, because every single client is different. And so through our various partnerships, whether it's with Quorum AI, Unchained, ENS Security, Deep Sentinel Security, a lot of these big wholesale manufacturers that have a bunch of different technology, it's been my job to essentially piece together and create as many partnerships as possible so that we can address any situation. So the second part to your question, I'm sorry, I rambled there. Oh, great.
Hi there, Garrett Hurd, Southwest Cremation. I know a little bit about AI, and so I've got a question. What happens to the data? Is the data siloed, or is Quorum AI like contributing to like a dragnet, like with the flock cameras? And also with the AI that you're using that's picking up the trucks and the people and stuff, is that edge case AI where it's local, or is that also getting fed out to, to some other company out in the cloud?
So like I said, with the tailored experience, each client gets their own choice of how they would like to store their data, whether it's a local storage or whether or not they would like to have their own proprietary cloud network server. So to answer your question, a lot of people are concerned, where is this information going and how is it being used and how is it accessible? The partners that I work with only use the best encryption networks to ensure that your data is yours and nobody else has access to it. So when I hand over your admin controls, you are the only one that has the ability to go into either your local network or your own personalized proprietary cloud server.
Justin, great presentation. I'm going to ask a really stupid basic question. So I'm Lucas Walker with Lucas Walker Business Consulting, and my question is about what you do specifically. So listening to your presentation, I understood the AI piece. If I was to put you into one of three categories, one is you're a security firm that boots on the ground. Two is you're a security equipment firm doing camera installations. Three, you're a technology company. Are you a blend of all three, more just a technology company? Would you talk a bit about which of those buckets your business might fit in?
So we're a professional integration company. Now I've partnered with existing wholesalers who create the servers, the cameras, any of the hardware that you could possibly want, any of the technology that we're going to use. We integrate it to other people's businesses using an installation team. So we are going to network the best system for your business. We are going to put together a pitch a quote within your budget, and we are going to help you implement it by installing the hardware, setting up the server, and then training you how to use that technology.
Barry Williams, Health Markets Insurance. You enlisted a group of businesses and types of places that you're looking for. I just heard something this week about a group of people in Missouri that are trying to get together and have people with weapons around the high schools to monitor and control them. Have you thought about going into public schools and being a system for them so they can monitor and track guns going in and out and threats?
Absolutely. We actually do have a few clients in the public school space and private school space that we are currently working with.
Matt Patch with MLP Graphic Design. So I got a question on the scenario. You wanted to prevent incidents, and you said that the AI will be able to detect and kind of like profile people with the way that they're walking or whatever. So let's say that a company puts it in and watches its employees and kind of puts them in a profile, but the AI sees their movements as a certain formula, and like, hey, to prevent this one might be encouraged to steal, so the company then fires them before it happens. How does that work? I mean, because that's kind of I mean, it feels like something from horrible sci-fi book.
Well, as we know, we have to have good evidence and documentation in order to terminate an employee. You can't terminate an employee because you think they might do something. I mean, you could, but your liability increases. So this is about collecting accurate data and evidence so that you have the best case to be able to streamline your operations. So to your example, if I have an employee that I think is suspicious, are you going to catch that on a standard surveillance system? I mean, you could pay somebody to sit there and watch it 12 to 14 hours a day and create their own analysis, or you can get updated reports on their behavior until you actually catch them. That would be the model that I pitch.
Good morning, I'm David Sims, and one of the questions I have is if you're looking at the whole gamut of businesses, whether they're profit or nonprofit, what is the ideal customer for you that would be the easiest to work with, that would make you the most money, and be the customer that you would want to go after?
I would say the manufacturing space, the warehouse and manufacturing space, due to the scale of the operations, and also the safety aspect of it. You know, you want to make sure your employees are being safe. You can't have a manager on the floor to make sure people are wearing PPE all the time. You know, we all know about delayed reporting. If there's a slip and fall, you might find out 2 weeks from now. And now you've got 2 weeks of footage to go through to be able to build an accurate case of what exactly happened. If you could get real-time alerts for safety infractions and you know, any type of incident that you may want to know about with your, you know, say your HR manager is a admin on the system, they're going to get the same notifications as your security team of this is a safety incident, this is a safety infraction, and also it'll give you a good sense of, you know, keeping track of your individuals. I like the forklift example. You know, how many forklifts came in and out of Zone B today? You know, it can give you more than just the safety analytics. It can give you total operational analytics of this is a high traffic area. How can we make improvements before something happens?
John Lopez, great presentation, great mustache as well.
Oh, thank you. I used to be a cop.
I partnered with Justin, just a quick thought on answering some of these questions because he just kind of touched on it, is I see this as a business analytics through camera and not security, although it is security. So something we're doing throughout our retail would be all of the bud tenders offering add-ons, because that increases cart size by 16%. Are employees taking too long at breaks? Are these things that can cost companies hundreds of thousands over years that you never find if you have an assistant or a manager in place that allows it, right? So we look at it as an analytics, complete business analytics through camera. And even from a warehouse point of view, you can see how quickly people are finishing projects to see who deserves a raise, as opposed to just getting information from, you know, your employees, which you hope is accurate. But how are you preventing any type of infiltration into, I know you use this encrypted, but with AI being so strong, what do you use, or what does Quorum use to keep from other people getting into the network?
So with it being an isolated network, not only do you have the technical support team constantly being able to monitor breaches through Overwatch, but you also have our partner quorum to be able to indicate any sort of breach into your system. With it being a solitary and proprietary system, you don't have to worry about breaches going undetected, essentially. I mean, of course, there's always a possibility. You can never say anything is 100%, but when it comes to your data, we don't want that information going out there just as much as you don't. I mean, that wouldn't be great for our business model. So it's multi-layer detection through multiple companies, or multi-layer protection through multiple companies that are, and that's part of the service agreement with all of our clients, is we're going to be your IT support, we're going to be your technical support, and we're going to be able to issue, your admin will have the ability to issue up to 300 users to your account. We encourage a small network, of course, but at the same time, we wouldn't allow 300 users to a network if we weren't able to detect any type of threat within it. So not only are we just a physical security company, we're also a software and IT security company as well.
Hi, I'm Coleman Parsley with Delivered Digital Marketing. The question I have is when it comes to scalability. So let's say I have a retail store and I'm wanting to add another 6 cameras. How would that change the pricing, or does that change the pricing at all? Because I know there's tokens and things like that involved with monitoring the video.
So you don't have a subscription fee with us. You pay for a licensing agreement in a term of 1, 3, 5, or 10 years. And most clients we've noticed so far tend towards the 3 to 5 years. And we stand by the system and its operating in the sense that you're not going to have any additional upcharge. Once you have the license, that system is operating for the term of your lease, and then you will have a renewal at the end of your lease, which is 20% of your initial cost for that licensing agreement. All of the hardware is yours. You purchase it. So this NVR that you're purchasing with the AI integration to it, your licensing fee essentially is what is active in the NVR. Now, say you choose not to continue your subscription, you still have a full functioning security system that is just standard surveillance at that point. It just doesn't have that AI implement. So if you do 1 year and you decide AI is not for you, you don't lose your security system. You still have a standard surveillance system.
Okay, hi, I'm a great presentation. I'm Kim Rippey and I'm with Lamar, the billboard company. And my question is, so we have all the old-fashioned, we just have security cameras. So if you went into a business like that and you're saying we could, I don't even know if you can use the same cameras or whatever they had, but my point is, what is the percentage increase to add the AI functions that you're talking about? So if they stay where they're at, they're here, but for 50% more a month, what kind of a spike is that?
So the licensing fee per camera is, depending on the scope of your system, to answer your question, yes, we can absolutely use your cameras as long as they are power over Ethernet, which most cameras are, or they're Cat5, Cat6 wiring. We cannot communicate with wireless yet, but over the term of your 5-year lease, you guys get the upgrades that come with the system. There's no additional fee to that. AI is ever developing, so if you sign a 5-year lease, you don't have to worry about it not upgrading. But to answer your question more specifically, rough pricing right now for a standard system is about $1,800 to $2,000 per license per camera, and that's over the course of 5 years.
So a one-time charge?
One-time charge.
Not a monthly?
Not a monthly.
Okay.
We can always discuss the option for individuals to do a monthly rate if they choose, but our leasing structure right now is annual.
Keisha Messina with Shelter Insurance. One of the things that we hear a lot around AI is the environmental impact that can have. Have you had clients ask you about that, and how do you answer that question when somebody asks what that footprint looks like?
So all of our systems are right now currently, the Quorum system is a California-based company under strict regulations, environmental regulations that they follow truly. I mean, to answer your question, it's not going to take a data center to run your network. Your network is ran in-house on one individual, or depending on how many cameras you have, multiple servers that you then own. So, say your lease ends after 5 years, you've still got your hardware that's going to continually work and be remotely upgraded by our IT tech support. So the processing power, yes, it does take a lot to process. That's why the systems are currently only restricted to hardwire, is the processing power, especially for 5 megapixel, 6 megapixel, and then 4K options are what we offer, do take quite a bit of generation, but it doesn't require any sort of external source. The NVR that you get is what you use.
Last 30 seconds, that's what you guys do, representing the Marshall Mail and Simmer Radio. This is just going to be information front end to inform people. I don't know whether you have something in place now, but AI is a buzzword right now. People are either feeling good about it or they're not. Is your company doing anything to create better awareness? Because technical things are one thing, but when other people are dealing with whatever's going on in their community, much like the one involving the water issue, is there anything your business is doing front end to educate people about the knowledge that it's safe to use? That's it.
Our goal is to create a safer environment and community, and the fact of the matter is AI is the future. I'm coming from a security world where standard surveillance just isn't cutting it, and I want to be able to use this technology to benefit the community rather than for a personal gain, or I'm not out there gambling and running the odds on the ponies. I'm out here to help protect the community that I was raised in. So that is my goal in using this, and I understand there are two sides to how people feel about it. My pitch on that is essentially, let's use it for good, and as much good as we possibly can.
Great answer. And one last question, of course, what makeups. What can we as a community do for you today?
So my big ask is helping people, is essentially the networking opportunity to be able, like this right here, explain to people briefly what the benefits of these systems are and how they can use them for their business, and for them to realize that it's not going to break the bank. We're not a security company that's going to rip out one proprietary system and put in our proprietary system and now you're locked into a contract. No, we can integrate with any system that is hardwired. And when somebody is, like a school or a church, is looking at upgrading their security, because everybody's always needing to constantly upgrade security, you can come to us with a 5-year lease or a 10-year lease, knowing you're going to get those continual upgrades and feel safe and secure in that. Our products are going to work for decades. Our products, and if they don't, you've got a warranty to where we're going to come out and we're going to replace that camera or that access control panel to work with the system, because the system works as a whole. And so my big ask is to get to know people in my community that need this technology or would be curious in this technology, so that I have the opportunity to explain how it can benefit their business, not only through the security standpoint, but also through the business analytics side.
Great job. Round of applause for Justin.